Well, a very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode here on the Life Signatures Radio. This is a daily show. We are focusing on this show on talking about purpose, productivity, and resilience, and I'm very excited about those three aspects of life. Actually, they have helped me to create products in just about each and every one of them. For example, in terms of purpose, we've got a purpose course going on, and we've got purpose books being written. In terms of productivity, I've got a productivity app that is being polished up and so on. And then resilience, we've got a book going on. But I think that the consciousness of doing this every single morning, every single day, having a consciousness of purpose, what direction are we taking in life? Where are we going with our lives? The more we keep hearing about that, the more we think about it, and the more we are likely to act towards purpose. That's why I make this daily. We are in the middle of a series right about now. We are talking about the slump of purpose. This is about you started very well, you were passionate about something, and whatever, life happens, something comes along the way, and you just find yourself so not in tune with your purpose. You're not even pursuing it. You're not even interested in it. You're drifted away from it. You're disillusioned with it. You have a hangover with it, and so on. And we're looking at the causes of all that stuff. We already did that, but we're looking at what can you do? How can you recover? How can you recoup? Because if you don't recoup, if you don't come back, if you don't harness this, if you don't arrest the disillusionment and the hangover of purpose, you're going to degenerate into apathy. And I'm going to talk about apathy much later on. But right about now, we've been dealing with what are the things that we can be able to do exactly so that we don't get into apathy. So let us look at one more thing today. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Well, obviously we will need to do a recap here before we can go further. But before I can even do that recap, let me just encourage you right about now. Sometimes when you're going through a hard time, a difficult time, it is easy for you to imagine and think that this is how life is going to be tomorrow, next month, next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. You're going through a slump in your marriage, for example. And it is easy for you to imagine that this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. And it can easily throw you into some sort of depression. You are going through a financial issue right now. And it can make you think that this is what it's going to be like for the rest of your life. No? My friend, it is just but a season. Of course, there are some things that we need to do to arrest the problem or to arrest that setback. That's where resilience comes in. And we say that if you're going to do this, if you find yourself in some sort of disillusionment or hangover of your purpose, the first thing you've got to do is to reframe the story. That's exactly what I'm saying. Don't say that I have failed. Maybe you should look at it from the angle of I have learned. Like Edison, I think it's Edison who made several attempts to make the light bulb, and he failed very many times. The second thing we said is that you need to take a diagnostic pause, not a permanent stop. I was talking to my father just about yesterday when I'm recording this. Yesterday I talked to him and he was telling me something about his work and the issues he's facing at his work and the kind of decision that he has made to take leave and just, never go back. And I tried to tell him that, I would advise you give it one more year before you can go back. And he said, it doesn't make sense to keep going back to a place where you are frustrated. At my age, I might get depressed and I do not want. I'd rather stay at home. Of course, I wanted him to continue because, again, not doing something is another thing. Let me not go there. But the point I'm making here is that sometimes you need to take a diagnostic pause, not a permanent stop, where you give yourself some time off of that particular purpose, off of the pressure of the particular purpose that you're facing. But you know that I'm going to come back and I'm going to make another attempt. The third thing we talked about is that you've got to balance your finances. As in, you need to reconcile yourself with the fact that your purpose probably might not give you the money that you need. And sometimes it is that way. In fact, most of the times it is that way. And you've got to reconcile yourself to the fact that you might need to do other things that are not purpose related to put food on the table and to give you some kind of sanity, and use that finance and sanity to fund and to pursue your purpose until such a time that the purpose starts yielding. We talked about that. Number 4, we talked about reconnect with the original why. Sometimes we get so bogged down with the processes and the heartaches and the setbacks and the mud and the mire of purpose pursuit, like a man in the ring. Blow by blow, you're getting frustrated. You're not looking at the big picture. This is a 12-round bout. It's not a one round where I'm being clobbered. I might come back next round better. So look at the why, the original why. Why did you go into the ring in the first place, and stick to that? Then we talked about starting to embrace the small-scale wins, right? Sometimes we are so bogged down with the big picture. It's like the opposite of what I've just said. You get bogged down with the big picture that the failure for today puts us out. The setback for today puts us out. Or we don't even recognize that we've done something. As long as the big picture has not been achieved, we water down whatever effort that we have. We need to make sure that momentum is what we are fighting for, and we're building it. Yesterday we talked about the idea of communicating with someone, telling someone who is close to you, and trusting them with the vulnerable information. And we said actually in passing that we need to normalize, if there is no someone that we can talk to, we need to normalize going to a professional, a counselor, a mentor, whatever it is. Today, let us look at one more thing that you can be able to do if you find yourself in the doldrums of purpose, where you are disillusioned and you have a hangover. I'm going to call it boundary repair and reset. What is this? Every week, you need to implement, and this is actually godly. Actually, Institute, I've been reading the book of Genesis today in the morning. You need to institute a time of ceasefire, a time of refreshing, a time of rest, a time of recuperation. Sometimes you get into a purpose disillusionment or a purpose slump because you are all in. As in, some of you are at your place of work and you have no idea when is the last time you took leave. I read a story of a particular boss. I think I read it on LinkedIn. This boss was basically doing everything, as in people will not be allowed to. It's not that he instituted it and said this is the rule, but the way he was operating, or the way she was operating, was in such a way that people could not make decisions without consulting this boss. They will not, they're saying, the person who posted this said that this was like quality control. I don't know if this person was talking about themselves, that this was quality, the boss was calling this quality control, as in the organization will not function without them, to such an extent that one day they fell sick, became ill, and everything came to a standstill. Simple things like choosing a color code, simple things could not run because the boss wasn't there. And I know I've used that analogy wrongly, but the point I'm trying to make here is that you cannot be working Monday to Monday, January to January. There needs to be some time of getting off, to refresh, to rest, to sleep, to have some kind of Sabbath of sorts. Not just the body needs this, the mind also needs this. And I know I have a mind that it never goes to rest, especially when I have a project going on. That mind never goes to rest, especially when by the way, if I wanted to get an idea, do you know what I do? I go into the shower. Okay, of course, in retrospect, I'm not saying that I intentionally go into the shower to get ideas. I'm just saying that every time I'm in the shower, when I am implementing an idea, what happens? Ideas come on how to improve on that idea, and so on and so forth. And I know I need to put a pen and a paper in the shower so that I can be able to take down those ideas. But I'm saying sometimes the intensity of pushing your purpose doesn't allow you to rest and to recoup. And it's not just your body that needs the rest. It is also your mind that needs this rest. It is also your spirit that needs this rest. So you need to implement it. The body often needs to repair before the soul can, by the way. So you need to implement that. And even in the place of rest, in the place of taking care of the body also, you need to get away from your purpose and feed this body with some kind of exercises, and just be circumspect with it, because without your body you cannot. Sometimes when your body comes into disrepair, state of disrepair, that's when you lose your purpose. You now start focusing on repairing the body as your purpose is in a slump. And again, when you keep on pushing and you're not taking rest, your mind gets tired of the same old, needs a challenge. The mind is one of the most interesting things, because sometimes doesn't want you to step out of the confines of what you know. But then again, if you only operate in the environment that you know, the mind wants uncertainty, wants something else, some different experience. So give it that by taking some time to rest and to repair yourself, repair your body, repair your spirit, repair your mind and your soul. I don't know if I can say that you need to also repair your spirit by resting. In other words, that you don't do things that are spiritual. I'm not so sure I can give that advice. But you get the point. Tomorrow we're going to continue talking about these things, and we're coming to a very, very near close of this mini-series. But until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.